Offshore structure is a very interesting course for any civil and structural engineering who is working on oil and gas. We start to do a series of e-learning courses through internet. You can see this our website, ReadyMan. Go to about oil and gas courses. We are focused about 25 years experience in oil and gas projects. So we have many webinar about offshore structure design, construction and maintenance, design for and construction of steel and concrete structure in petroleum, structural engineering for non-structural engineering, and the project management for offshore and onshore oil and gas project. We will focus now about our main webinars that will coming for next month about offshore structure design, construction and maintenance. So you can see that we cover all topics about offshore structures. We have a module, and this module it will be tailored for one start from scratch. You don't know anything about offshore structure and the middle information, and someone of one colleague need to be an advanced courses for the offshore structures. Okay, and this we have some course which will be a total course for about 2 weeks. It will cover all these topics, and it can be a tailored courses. So we have about 10 modules. Every modules, if you, for example, module 1, it will be types of offshore structure and project management for offshore structure projects. It will be discussed about the main item for the offshore structure. What about the high level of the project management for offshore structure? How to manage the project? What about the type of the platform, like mousse structure, like tension leg platform, and so on. Then module 2 discuss about the load effect, like wind, wave, the theory of the wave itself, live load, dead load, seismic, and so on, with examples. Module 3, it will be designed for different member. For the member itself, about the hydrostatic design for the tubular member, about the riser guard, tubular joint design, tubular member, helidecks, boat landing, and so on. Then we go through the very interesting topics about the module 4, geotechnical design. So discuss about how can you make investigation, how can you develop a scope of work to do geotechnical investigation for offshore structures. And then we go through the design of the pile and the stability of the jacket itself during construction. Another topic about the construction step and the quality control on site. It will be covered by photos and the video to cover real project. What about the consequence of construction? How can you handle and manage the construction on site? What about the construction activities, the quality control, and so on. Module 6, it will be covered about the load out, launching, lifting, and everything about the installation of the jacket and the top side. And it will be covered through a practical case studies with photo and movie. Then the very interesting subject is the integrity management system for the fleet of platform, which is a very important and up-to-date knowledge about. What about the up-to-date for the inspection, underwater inspection, and how can you implement structure integrity management system, which is developed by ABI and through the ISO. It will cover according to ABI RB2A, and cover about the ISO 9002 and the 9003 also covered in our courses. The integrity management also include how can you make a maintenance plan, what about the type of the repairs and the strengthening of the platform with case studies. Module 8 about lifting analysis, about what about the factors that will be considered in the analysis. We cover about the method of the lifting parameter in ABI and DNV and so on, and then about the sling, the spreader bar, about the bad eye, and so on. It will be covered through this webinar. Then we have two module 9 and module 10. Module 9, if you don't know anything about sex, we start from scratch What about it will be covered by 3 sessions. What about the software? What about its menu? How can you start to do from scratch the implement the structure model, and cover about the soil structure interaction, and also cover about the dynamic analysis in this case. So you have for module 9 at the end, you can be familiar with the 6 software, how can you work with it. Module 10, it will be an advanced. It will be a 6 session. It will be done through a real project. We cover this project from A to Z, and we run all the module of the 6 about the in-place analysis, the seismic analysis, the load out, the launching, on-bottom stability, and also the lifting analysis, sea fastening. All it will be covered through by real example, and at the end for the advanced you have some sort of drawing for the project and so on. What about the material? It will be, we send you the material by PDF, and the main core of the material, it will be my book, which is about the offshore structures, design, construction, and maintenance, which is my main book, and this is my best seller of my book really. And also about the marine structure design calculation. It will be covered about the calculation of the structure design by solved example. At every session it will be an exercise, and at the end of the course it will be, at the end of this webinar, it will be a final exam. And in some cases I make a first assessment to define about your level, and then do about the final exam at the end of the course itself. We work on it through platform, Blackboard or Adobe Connect. This is the most traditional work about this during the course. You have to ask a question. You have to, if you need some specific topics we can discuss about. We have affixed in case for this course that we offer about the offers that will be applied for the next waiting 2022. If you need to apply here. But you can also apply for a tailored courses according to define your time schedule, reasonable to you, according to regions, the time and the date, because it can be through morning or evening according to your schedule and so on. The target for our course at the end to be familiar for the offshore structure for all its stages, from design, construction, and maintenance. Okay, thanks a lot. And if you have an inquiry, don't hesitate to contact us to our website or through this email and this phone, which have WhatsApp also. If you need any questions, it will be welcome. Thanks a lot.